Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night, it's 8 PM. We're back with Skies of Arcadia Legend. When we last left off, Ramirez, the son of a bitch, had burned our island to the ground. Now we're gonna go and kick him in the dick. Look at our beautiful island. It was doing so well. Let's rebuild it. Build. Build everything. Oh, Ramirez has a dick. I know for a fact Ramirez has a dick. How you doing, Bane? You missed the Sunday stream. It's a shame, because, like, not much happened, so you haven't missed much in terms of the game, but we had a fun stream. We got a new follower who likes Discworld, and you missed the whole Discworld discussion. But to get you up to speed, what we did Thursday, we left off about to go into Deep Sky, and on Sunday we went in Deep Sky, found Fina's ship, killed Deloco, so Deloco's gone. Then did a load of grinding, got all the crew members, came home, and Ramirez invaded and took all the moon crystals. No, it's not the one on his head. Let's see how Fina's doing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you doing okay there, buddy? Fina, I'm knocking on the meeting room where you are, despite the fact that it's not your room, so I can come in anyway. If you want to be alone, go be alone somewhere that isn't the public place. Yeah, maybe you'll get to talk about Discworld today. Maybe our newest follower will come and join. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen on a Tuesday? Oh, we also found about the origins of the Reigns of Destruction. Turns out the Sylvites used the Reigns of Destruction. They're the ones that caused it. Which is the main reason why Fina's like, my life's a lie. Anyway. Because we need somebody to do the heavy lifting, Gilda. But Clara's not complaining. Yeah, let's be fair. Fuck Dark Souls sometimes. I'm glad we followed Dark Souls 2 up with this. So, the 3 remaining Admirals. Wait a minute, where is Alfonso? Alfonso's not dead. What about you, Belazar? And so we see, we found out Galcian's ultimate goal. The reason he's after the moon crystals. To raise the lost silver continent of Saltus. And call down the rains of destruction. You bastard. That sounds kind of like when I made the push to finish Dark Souls 2 on the stream, and it's like, great, we beat the boss. But the final boss won't appear until I go somewhere else and fight another boss. Oh. Oh, okay. Maybe it'd be better to take a break from it for a while, but it's really all your choice. Whether or not you feel you'll lose, what would be the word, the grip with it. Tried so hard, we got so far, and in the end, we're gonna make it matter. You know, it just occurred to me that we've barely seen Fina really move much, and that's probably why. What is it, Fina? Which includes the silver crystal.
Thank you very much.
Nice, fair enough. Gilda, you son of a bitch. You're just lucky you didn't really miss much, as far as the game goes. Overall, there probably was only like half an hour's worth of plot. It's all on the channel if you want to catch up with it anyway. Yeah. Alfonso.
Yes, my lord.
Empress Theodora.
Mother!
And Enrique left to return home to warn the Empress of Galcian's betrayal. Ah, you're a damn fool. Okay, you really are a fool if Alfonso's leading it. Well, there's not really much to catch up on, like I say. Most of it was grinding and going after the moon crystal, not the moon, the rest of the crew. God, you really are a bunch of idiots. Kill Alfonso.
No!
Yeah, Alfonso's really going to defeat Galcian like that. Bellizer. That seems like a bad situation in Valua. Alright, how's the repairs coming? Cool. Cool. Ready to go, Ica? Cool. Marco, hold down the fort. The Great Silver Shrine is higher than we've ever been before. We've been to the bottom of the world, now it's time to go to the top. Oh, I'm glad you approve, Bane. It is a really good game. There was a report that came out recently that said, like, it's just past 1 million sales. And it really is a shame because it's a game that deserves more than that. Nintendo's basic port of New Super Mario Bros. U is there at over 6 million. But, you know, Astral Chain just scraped 1 million. Wouldn't it be a good idea to have some kind of enclosed cockpit for this thing? Oh, wow. That's probably going to get really chilly. Even higher than the Afutomans can go. We get our first proper look at Silver Civilization architecture. Well, you say that, but then the Switch is already selling really well. It's not that people don't have a Switch. And then, even beyond that, like Bayonetta 2, Nintendo funded and published it. It's a Nintendo game. So there's no way it ever would be on anything other than the Switch unless something changes. Well, that's not good. Gilda's doing less damage than Fina is. Hmm. Am I getting Sonic Adventure 2 flashbacks? Okay, so let's go to the center of the Silver Shrine. Yeah, they pushed Astral Chain well enough. I mean, the reason I know about it is because of the Nintendo Direct. It probably got more publicity in the Nintendo Directs than New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe did. Great. This feels weird. Feels like I'm slower than normal. Yeah, no, Astral Chain. Really enjoyed Astral Chain. And going through it again for the channel's really fun. And I hope you enjoy the Let's Play. It's gonna be a long one though. It's a long game. That's what the problem is. The turning's different here. Cool. Actually, let's see what we can put on Gilda. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. And accessories. That's probably worth it. Yeah, like, it's all tank control all of a sudden. Nah. Yeah, Astral Chain is going to be a long game. I don't know if it's going to be finished before we get to Star Wars month. It'll probably end up being longer than Ocarina of Time when everything's said and done. Wait a minute. You know, I really hope there are no random encounters here, because otherwise this is going to get irritating. Well, the thing with Astral Chain, the reason why I was not really hesitant to do it, is because despite the length, I didn't get tired of Astral Chain. I really enjoyed it. You can't directly turn. You try turning and you start going like this. This is me holding directly left on the D-pad. No, I'm not worried about getting burned out with Astral Chain. It is a really good game. And I think, like I said recently in a stream, like one of the best things about Devil May Cry 3 over Devil May Cry 1 and the rest of the series continued was the increased focus on story over the previous games. And Astral Chain continues that idea of regular story updates. There's more story in that game than there is Devil May Cry 3. And the world is interesting, the background ideas are interesting, the combat is interesting, controlling the legions is really interesting and really fun. And they'll expand as we go on, and I really enjoy it. And I hope you do too, man. Yeah, honestly, I've never done New Game Plus properly on Dark Souls. It never interested me. I've done New Game several times, not New Game Plus. Especially since, we talked specifically about Dark Souls 1 being the one I've done most. New Game is way more viable for messing around with new builds. Theoretically, if you wanted to try out a new build, you could use New Game Plus to get a bunch of extra souls and then level up in specific stat areas to test out how things work. But it works much better if you just do it off fresh New Game. I don't even know where I'm going. Hey, that door there is the goal, but there was a chest I want to get. Oh no, there's a chest up there. No. I've said before, like, I think one of the bigger problems I had with Dark Souls 2 doing it as a stream was the idea of not knowing when it was going to end, combined with a lack of any real motivation pushing me forward as far as the story goes, because there was just nothing there with it. Yeah, that'll do. What and all that? Yeah, no, definitely give that to Fina. Okay, so that's the goal. But there's at least one more chest around here. Yeah, the story is the most thing. Yeah, I felt that during Dark Souls 2. I mean, after the Pursuer, I had very little trouble with any other bosses. Some bosses took a bunch of times, but I don't think no boss took me as many tries as the Pursuer. But the game did throw a load of bullshit. A Moonberry. Yeah, that's not the chest we saw a minute ago, but I was after that chest. It's something I'm a little bit concerned about when we eventually get to Bloodborne. But Bloodborne is going to be ways away at the minute. Oh, that is the chest. Alright, fair enough. So at the minute, like, let's focus on other stuff. Fun stuff. There was the idea of, trying to work through the backlog. But for the minute, honestly, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to play that I've played before that should be fun. Like, we finish this, we finish Final Fantasy VIII, we do the Castlevania marathon. Then I'm thinking stuff like Max Payne. Although by the time we get to that, that might have changed, might have moved on to another idea. By the time Castlevania Marathon's finished, we might end up in Star Wars month. We'll see. There we are. The Elder's Chamber. The trap's in the Phantom Zone. Oh, he's come out now, he's okay. Yep, by Ramirez. Celos. Time to explain yourself, old man. I think the thing that might be better off with the Souls series is the stuff that came out of it. The Souls likes. That might interest you more. Every Dark Souls has problems. Maybe Bloodborne would be more interesting for you with the different way the combat works. But again, I'm concerned about that being kind of a little too rooted in the reputation of Dark Souls for being difficult, which... Are we in Phantasy Star Online now? And Guild is just floating around in the background. Chronicles of Arcadia. The ideas of Souls games has really been kind of like the Metroidvanias in establishing itself as a sort of subgenre. Saltus. And as we go forward, there's a good chance we'll end up with games that take the foundation and improve upon them without the stupid focus on difficulty. And... like, none of the Dark Souls without flaws. As much as I like the first one, it has big flaws. Recumen. I don't remember what Rachnum's real name was. Grendel. Yelagar. Blueheim. What about the silver one? Did the silver civilization not create a Gigas? Zelos, the silver Gigas. And you use Zelos to call forth the rains of destruction, the mass bombardment of moonstones on each continent. I recognise that. What we saw when we were entering Deep Sky was the silhouette of Soltis. Yeah, I would somewhat agree with that, Bane. Like, Dark Souls 2 has quality of life features over the first one, but it is very much an inferior copy more than anything else. And from what I've played of 3, it's not really that much different. Another inferior copy. You wanted to cause the rains of destruction again. Who the hell are you to decide who gets to live and die? The world didn't turn out how you like it, so you wipe the slate and decide to start again? Oh, fuck yourself. Galcian. How did your voice get here before you got here? Ramirez. He broke the Phantom Zone. So who had the bright idea to put the silver moon crystal in all the Sylvites? Not over yet, Snake. Saltus. Didn't Elder Prime just die? Alright, let's take the walk and make sure we've not missed anything. That's a dead end. We went that way. Only one snake and one big boss. I need to get around to Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I did the first Metal Gear Solid. We went that way. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago that I did the first Metal Gear Solid. It was late last year. I do want to get back to the series. Thankfully, there is other stuff that I have lined up to kind of pad the time out, I guess. Yeah, Cam Clark as Liquid is great. It really is kind of a shame that Liquid Ocelot in 4 isn't voiced by Cam Clark, but I've got to admit, Pat Zimmerman does a fantastic impression of Liquid's speech patterns. It's like it's Ocelot's voice, but it's Liquid's mannerisms and speech patterns, and it's really well done. That's what I meant. The PS1 version for the channel was late last year, I think. Was it late last year, or was it like September? I don't know. I mean, as far as the stream goes, more lenient with the stream, I guess. Kind of do what I want when I want with the stream, but with the channel, I kind of want to try and order things a little more. Okay, let me see. I do like this place doesn't have any monsters. Okay, we got that. Yeah, no, Twin Snakes, man. I'll get round to Twin Snakes on the channel at some point, but I want to do it after 2. Because, you know, Twin Snakes is the mechanics of 2 in the framework of 1. No, I'm just going back to the top now. Alright, let's just get out of here. But yeah, thankfully, like, there's a bunch of stuff I've got in mind that we can use to, I say pad out the time, but it's like we do the stuff and the stuff takes a while to actually go up, and before you know it, months have passed, and it's like, yeah, no, it's been long enough since we did Metal Gear Solid, let's do Metal Gear Solid 2. Not this way. Yeah, I wonder if Skies of Arcadia is considered the best RPG on Dreamcast. I mean, what's the competition? Oh no, I don't want to go this way. What's the competition? Grandia 2? Is there anything else? I can't think of anything else. Probably easily the best RPG on GameCube. Again, like, what's the competition? Baten Kaitos? Paper Mario 1000 Year Door? That's a dead end. I guess Custom Robo technically counts as an RPG. I wouldn't count Phantasy Star Online. With it being an MMO, it's pretty different. I suppose what I really mean is JRPG. Yeah, I do want to spend some time with Phantasy Star Online at some point. I do have Phantasy Star Online Episode 1 and 2 on GameCube, which can be played offline. I actually managed to pick up the less common Episode 1 and 2 Plus version, which has a bunch of the extra missions that are playable on standard Episode 1 and 2, but they required an internet connection to download the missions, whereas Plus just has these extra missions on the disc. I think that'd be kind of interesting to check out. I mean, it's not going to be the same experience as it was. That chest's open. It's not going to be the same experience as it was 20 years ago now. Time Stalkers. You know, I think I have that. I don't remember why I picked it up, but there was a reason for it. Right, we're on the other side of this now. There we go. Yeah, there was a reason I picked up Time Stalkers. I should really look at some of the stuff I've got. Alright, let's get out of here and back to Crescent Isle. There's a lot of stuff on systems like that. There we go, that's how we're supposed to move. There's a lot of stuff on systems like that that could really have done with being reported or re-released. I mean, look at the GameCube. GameCube has plenty of stuff that really should have been re-released. With the announcement of the Wonderful 101 Remastered Kickstarter, it's like, great, Wonderful 101's a fantastic game. It deserves another chance to really be noticed. And the Kickstarter is already fully funded to come out for Switch, PC and PS4. I've been debating, like, since the announcement, I've been debating doing the Wonderful 101 possibly as a one-off stream, because I do have it on Wii U. And the interview with Hideki Kamiya and Atosoko Inaba, the producer, saying there's a bunch of stuff they want to refine and like improve with the remaster. It's like, you know, it'd be good to get a look at the original version. And I've got Wonderful 101. I played it, I thought it was pretty fun. Everything's back to normal. Like it was never destroyed in the first place. I really do like this cupel fountain. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of Dark Savior. Now let's get back to Delphinus and go do some world saving. But then I'm not entirely up on Saturn games. I only know as many Dreamcast games as I do now because I bought one. And it's like, what games am I getting for this thing? But then even then, like, the Dreamcast has had more that I was aware of anyway. Mostly because of the stuff that was re-released on other systems. There were very few Dreamcast exclusives that I was actually aware of. Alright, we're heading to Dangrel Island. There we go, I should do. We should go to Sailor's Island first though, re-equip Gilda. His weapon is actually way below what we want. There's supposed to be a discovery in here. Sure, we saw something about this in the Sailors Guild. Maybe not then. No, I think I have heard of that then. Okay, take a right. There it is. Yeah, I think I have heard of the other spiritual successor to Alundra. The item shop. You have Rislam crystals? Nice. There we go. I think 50 should be enough. $20 of those. 20 of those. Not a bad idea, but we can just do Lunar Blessing off the bat now. Let's check if there are any new ship parts that we want. It's been a while since we upgraded our cannons. Ooh, nice. I get 2 of these. Bam, bam. No. Get 20 of these. Oh, 30 then, okay. Up for firepower. And let's check out the weapon shop. Get this. There we go, get that. Two of these. Yeah, 2 of these. That is actually pretty good. Boosts across the board. Yeah, let's go with that then. We still got a load of money as well. Kind of surprised. I was expecting it to burn through it without noticing, but nope. Do I have any discoveries to sell? And the complete wanted list. We could go after the 3 that we... Well, I suppose the 2 that we've not found, because we'll find this guy in the final dungeon. Ixinus Demons and... Ikokuya the Wealthy. Nah. Alright, Dangrel Island. Here we come. Actually, no, that'd be an interesting point. Let's take a look at our ship now that we have everybody. Lawrence is on the helm, there's Pinto. I like that the helmsman remind you of what the goal is. Maker and Fina, grab them. Jeez. Well, if we don't stop Galcian, he'll call down the rains of destruction on anybody who resists him. Continents can't repel firepower of that magnitude. Is anybody actually on the crow's nest this time? What if three? Ticka, my man. Who's out on the main deck? Take a look. Builder. Marco. Kerala. Hey Isabel. Welcome back, friend. Rukim. Pretty sure Mogi isn't actually on my active crew right now. And let's check the dining room. Normally this would be like the mess hall, but no, this is straight a dining room. I think the idea is it's more Tengu-like, with this being a Japanese game. But yeah, Tengu. Most does kind of look like that. Thanks, Khalifa. How, my boy? How you doing? Talk to me, pal. Work. Seam. And I shall remember what the gunners are called, because they're just called gunners. And Arala is on cooking duty right now. Yeah, they do. That's right, I remember the name of every member of my crew because I'm a good captain. Alright, back to the bridge. We're heading to Dangrel Island to stop Galcian. Rapidly approaching endgame, folks. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Dive, dive, dive! Meow. There it is. Gangrel Island. Do this. Back in. Got Kick Galcian in the nids. Actually supposed to be going back in the Gangrel Island. Probably. Maybe? I hope so. Oh, I hope this isn't wasted time. But despite how close we are to the end game, I very much doubt we're actually finishing this today anyway. No, I think it's going to be Thursday we finish this. Reminds me, I need to play East Origin. I'm putting that off for a while and I need to just get around to it. This door gonna open this time? Oh, battle. Oh, jeez. That came out of nowhere. What are you? Red. Alright. Oh, you already were on purple. Start with the mandatory buff.
Here goes.
Confused. Nice.
Take that.
It was a good idea giving Gilda a new gun. Yeah, let's save up the SP for a minute. Probably actually gonna need to, am I? It'll look dangerous, but... Confused my ass. But that does suggest that we are supposed to be here, because that's a tougher foe than we found last time.
That was easy.
I also suggest the grinding actually did some good beyond giving us more magic. Jeez, Gilda. Been gone for a while and you didn't level up while you were gone? Oh, we're not going that way. I'm at the elevator. Alright, I guess we're taking the long way. How's everybody doing tonight? I ever open this door? How does this go? Right, no, we did go in here. This is where a cutscene happened, but there's nothing here right now because the chameleon is destroyed. There you are. Well, that's an awkward one to get because Last time we were here for the cutscene, you do the cutscene, then immediately leave in the cutscene. Oh, that reminds me. I read something about Diablo 3 is actually going to be released this year. Let me see if I can find the information while I do this all one-handed. Diablo 4, I mean. Diablo 4, check it here. Wait, no, the release date hasn't been announced. Speculated for 2021. So the other stuff that I heard was bullshit. Yeah, fair enough. This elevator wasn't here before. Going down. And Diablo fans aren't happy with a lot at the minute. Vigoro. Yeah, Vigoro, you were barely a threat when it was 3 of us.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, I think the only thing Diablo fans are really happy about at the minute is Diablo 3 Seasons. Still pretty decent. It's kind of it. This time, we're not just going to kick you in the balls, we're going to throw you off the elevator into deep sky where the pressure will crush you!
Let's finish this.
Hey, we're on a boomstick. Well, it was BlizzCon 2018 when they announced it, so it makes sense if that was when they asked if it was a joke. Nobody was happy about that announcement. And people were really irritated about that announcement because of the rumours and predictions of Diablo 4. And then Blizzard's like, yeah, the new Diablo game you've all been waiting for, Diablo on mobile.
Take this. Fire!
That's nasty. At least it only hits one person. Now we do the build-up. I should probably bought more Sacrulan crystals at Tails Island. I didn't realise it was so low.
Let's try this.
Yeah, no, Diablo 3 is fun enough, but it really shines in multiplayer. But the thing with that is, like, there's very little that doesn't... There's very few co-op campaigns that don't feel better than the main game. Oh, shit. Well, Fina's... Oh, she's not dead. Wow. I'm actually pretty surprised. I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I got Diablo 4 on Switch, and I enjoyed it well enough. That said, don't try to play Diablo... No, I got Diablo 3 on Switch. I enjoyed it well enough. That said, don't try and play Diablo 3 on Switch in handheld. Everything is way too small to see properly. If only Enrique was here, we could use Justice Shield to mitigate the damage of cannon fire. Okay, that was pretty cool.
Let's try this.
I like that, it was good.
Take that. Take this.
Everybody. Alright. Sacrum. I stock up on those, or did I decide I had enough? No, I decided I had enough. I could do with getting more then.
Let's try this.
This game's so good.
Take this.
Fortunately, we've got room for a Pirate's Wrath. Attack, another Sacrum, and Gunslinger. So here we go with this.
Let's try this.
Alright, that's good. And then finish it off with Gunslinger.
Come on. Dance for me. Oh, I lost again.
No mercy this time, Vigoro. Swat.
That was easy.
High damaging moves, but not smart enough to capitalize on them. Silly bugger. Kick him off, kick him off. Okay. That's a weird thought. Yeah, when you get back up there, could you send it back down for us?
Goodbye.
Kind of a shame we never got a fight with Gregorio. So this should lead down to Saltix. So why are we going up? Go down the elevator to go up the ladder to get onto another elevator to go down. Okay. No, I don't think that's Vigoro. I mean, the fact that we beat him. The first time we beat him, he's all like, oh, I didn't have my weapons, I wasn't prepared. The fact that we beat him when he was fully prepared for us has earned his respect. But then his motivations were kind of weird anyway. Oh, hey, a save point. Alright, let's do this. Yeah. Because it really implies that his motivation following Galcian was just that Galcian was stronger. It's not an uncommon idea, especially in JRPGs. Okay, now we just insult us. You know, this really makes me think of the Citadel at the end of Mass Effect 3. I should start the Mass Effect series soon. The issue is really the first game, though. Why is it in every fantasy JRPG, the end dungeon is almost always some kind of future, super advanced dungeon? Oi! Fuckface. That's interesting. I do need to get around to Breath of Fire 3. Wait, what? That's the Silver Gigas? Hey, Professor. How you doing today, guy? Uh-oh. Maybe we should get over there and stop them. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Shadow Hearts is on the list. Shadow Hearts is always on the list. This looks familiar. Claim! Hey, buddy. Silver. Yeah, you recognize this bad boy? I'm not doing too bad. Not really much to say, really. What about you, Clem? No, this isn't the final boss. This is actually almost identical to the second boss of the game. If you can remember all the way back then. Which suggests something which will be confirmed very soon. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't even do that much. Uh-oh. That's troubling. Curia Crystal. Gilda, shoot him.
Here goes.
Yes, all that time ago. Back in the very first stream we did of this game.
Let's try this.
Back when we were still streaming with the Elgato software. Ugh, let's never go back to that. I've actually noticed though, rather than the empty black box where the chat is, we actually have this. Wait, what am I doing? Nope. It looks nicer than just like the straight black box. Yeah, I was moving it around to show it. In fact, we hide the box art. You get a better look at the whole thing. 'Cause I was after something instead of the just like the black empty space at the bottom right. So we have like a little background for it. Being petrified removed regeneration. Obey the green box. It's like I said, Clint. Improvements to the stream, small, and over time as we get more comfortable with the software. Like if you went back to the first Skies of Arcadia Legends stream we did back in June, when we were still using the Elgato software, it looks so much worse. I love that upturn that says we're winning.
Come on. Dance for me.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to add stuff like this. I'm actually... Oh, we have the intermission screen right here. But I don't think there's really anything we can do with that at the minute, like really worth doing. We've got the standard widescreen, which we'll get back to when we use widescreen. We'll play a widescreen game again.
Here goes.
I'm actually trying to get a border for the, like a frame for the gameplay. Make it look a little nicer, stood out and stand out next to the box art and the green, the green space, the green gradient on the bottom right. Pirate's Wrath. Finish it. Damn it, Gilda. Do it myself. There we go. Yeah, I like the small improvements we've made to the stream over time. Like especially the getting rid of the black boxes, the black bars on the edge of 4x3 games. I'm very happy about that. It just looks more appealing. Oh, they used the boss fight to distract us while they were using the moon crystals to unseal the silver gigas. Uh-oh. You know, it's probably really worrying that it's so small. They're getting away. Quick. To the ship. Yeah, I probably should. This place probably isn't going to stay stable much longer. Yeah, I'm happy with the stream layout as it is right now. We might make just more adjustments in the future, but for now it's good. hope Vigoro sent that elevator back for us. Probably kind of foolish to leave that to him, actually. Alright, everybody out. Wait a minute. Make sure there's no treasure up here. No, this place just exists to be an environmental detail. Let's go. Good, he did. That seems like trouble. As I was walking from here, kids. Get out and run! You want to stay here and wait for the power to come back on? If you guys want to stay and see what that's gonna do, can. But I'm gonna get going. Saltus. Lost continent. But it's not that big a jump, guys. You don't have to be so dramatic. You bought 36 figures. Did you get a good price on them at least? Ah. Been a while since I saved this. We'd have to do that boss fight again if we die here. This game is old enough to make it so that if I don't do this fast enough, I'll die. Because honestly, games were bullshit back then. Yeah, that's fair enough. And if the figures you actually like. Yeah, use the stairs. Why were we getting off the rail one by one? Catch me, Ica. Thank you. It is a constant. Meanwhile, on Pirate Isle, not any mysteries? That's a good question, Dine. Why is the ground shaking? They can feel this in Ixataka? It's up and the ground shaking. Why is it doing that? So yeah, that is where we fought the second boss. Drachma! And there we find out why. Shrine Island was a piece of Saltus, which is why Shrine Island's architecture was so strange. It's good you got them for a good price then. Right where Saltus used to be. Right where Shrine Island was. Let's save. It'd be a good idea to do that. Yeah, you got a good price on them. Let's see what we can do with this. What the hell? It's a force field. Yeah. Halcyon, no! You'll kill millions! Downpour of moonstones. All across the continent of Valua. No messing around with that. About the hole in the Grand Fortress, did they repair it? Oh, they made another hole. I think you've misunderstood, Galcian. But another interesting thing Skies of Arcadia does that other games didn't. Like the falling of the plate onto Sector 7 in Final Fantasy VII. It just happens and it's over. That took a little longer to show exactly what the carnage really was. £22 for 32 figures. Are they high quality figures as well? That's a good deal then. Really good deal. Oh, that's just the way in Chrono Monarch. Will be for other reasons later. That'll be for playing the game well. Welcome to the stream, friend. Oh yeah, you mentioned GameStop was on its way down. It's possible, with them expanding Midgar into a full game on its own. It makes sense. The fellow Chronos, the Chrono Fellowship. Back Galcian. Who'd have thought the lost continent of Soltis would be so close to our home when we started the game? And new enemies. These were not here before. Oh yeah, we got a new one, didn't we? Omega Cyclone. Let's see how that does. That's pretty neat. I think Rain of Swords probably still does more damage.
Is it over already?
Which is kind of awkward because Alpha Storm, Lambda Burst, and Omega Cyclone really put the point of Ica's super moves as mass damage. But then Vice gets Rain of Swords, and it does more damage to everything anyway. So that's kind of like... Not so great at this, Ica. Right, let's stock up before we head for the finale. I suppose by finale I mean preparation for the finale. We ain't finishing this tonight. Of your finest hops and barleys, please. Thank you. Oh, I have so much money. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to speak to you again. Fare thee well, maiden. Oh, let's go home. Yeah, one thing that's been really nice about playing Skies of Arcadia has been just how many people have come around to say how much they love Skies of Arcadia. And it's like, yeah, Sega isn't re-releasing this, but there's still plenty of people who have played it and love it, and that's really good. Now, if only Sega would re-release it so there could be more of us. Oh, we got a new moonfish. There's the boat. Where is it? There you are. Hi, Dr. Nick. The thing has gotten really huge. What do we got? What do we got? Ghost mail. Huh. I wonder how good this actually is. Agent's armor. Ghost mail. No, it's just not as good. You know what? Let's head north and take a look at Valua before we head to Crescent Isle. Alright, there's the Valuan ruins. Jeez. There's the Grand Fortress. There's the ruins of the Grand Fortress. Completely blown apart. Alice gone. Upper Valua destroyed. Lower Valua destroyed. All gone. True casualties of war. Except it wasn't even a war. It was a massacre. There's home. We need to figure out how to get into Saltus. We face a greater threat than the world has ever known. You heard that something terrible has happened? You probably heard exactly what happened from here. about Enrique? Who cares about all the other people that were there? What about Enrique? Enrique can't be dead, can he? The consonant isn't the problem. The shield is the problem. Eliza! And you. Yeah, we can't do it alone, not when the Armada is on his side. It's simple, we don't do it alone.
Hey, boy.
Ragma, how do you even know where this place is? Clara! How did you hear us from out there? How are you talking to us from out there? Gordo! What a weird guy to show up as well. Send time. Baltor! You son of a bitch! Tengoku. That's not what they're called, is it? Was it Tenko? Yeah, the Tenko. No, we could do with one more. Late to the party, Dine. Oh, also Gilda, yeah, okay. Show what we're made of. Play the final boss music from Sonic Heroes.
Let's go.
Nobody's gonna get that, but I liked it. It was fun to me. Simpsons. Eliza, what are you doing coming to my room in the middle of the night?
Life.
Well, that's not what I was expecting when you approached my room in the middle of the night, but okay.
Uh-huh.
Goodbye. Mwah.
She was never a friend. But then, was she ever truly an enemy? That's a stupid question. She was trying to kill us that one time. Yeah, so there's Fina. I'm going to imagine Ica is up there because these are the only two locations that really make sense. Next time I get a pet, I'm going to name it Metal Sonic. In honor of Metal Sonic. I didn't get around to playing Sonic CD again. Greymon. Nah, I'm all about that war Greymon. Gotta talk Metal Digimon is Metal Garurumon. Should do Digimon soon. I mean, there's Cyber Sleuth, which is pretty good, but I haven't actually done Next Order myself, and that could be interesting. That's a proper Digimon World game, like the one on the PS1. Cyber Sleuth is Digimon Story, so it's more of a traditional RPG. Like Pokemon, except, you know, it's evolved over the last 20 years. Hey, Aika.
Hey,
Seriously, I couldn't have snuck up on you. I had to take the elevator to get here. I don't know, I couldn't sleep. I had that Red Dwarf marathon on. I thought this might be the last time I get to watch it. To be fair, because there was like 4 houses on Pirate Isle, there's like everybody's the kid next door. Boys from the Dwarf. I needed to look at Rimmer. take confidence that I'll never be as pathetic as he is, even if I die tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
You know, Iker, I just realised how you only have one glove, and how it's huge. Boy, am I glad I didn't go and comfort Enrique. Would have gotten really weird if he kissed me. There, let's go do this. Yeah, this is the perfect time to decorate the island. Got money to burn here, people. Let's go organise the battle plan. You know, saying that just reminded me that we probably need to go to the meeting room, because that's the place to organise a battle plan. Chris Barry played that role so well. Hey, I can see Iker's face from here. Take a ticket if you're falling, we don't have medical insurance. Where's it, Domingo? Yeah, let's be fair, I'm never going to be remembered as a great explorer anyway. I'm going to be remembered as a great pirate. It's like going up to Winston Churchill and saying, you know, you're never going to be remembered as the best tennis player ever. Of course not, you fool. Well, I guess we are just going to the ship then. Ghostbusters! Grab him. Put it on her. Yeah, but nobody remembers him as a great tennis player. That's my point. It doesn't matter how many discoveries we find, nobody's going to remember us because of the discoveries. Gilda, get off my bridge. Yeah, sure, I'll give you the command to attack when we're on the other side of the world from our target, you moron. If we all focus our attacks on a single spot, we might be able to break a panel of the shielding. Enough for us to fit through and attack Soltis directly. It's in history, people. Another bad conclusion in Final Fantasy XII. The Hydra. I actually completely forgot about that. The thing you don't seem to understand, Galcian, is the way the Tarkin directive didn't work. With the last order he gives.
Yes, my lord.
Tarkin directive was the idea that fear would keep everybody in line, fear of the power of the Death Star. And they demonstrated the power with the destruction of Alderaan, and what that meant was that everybody was suddenly aware of exactly what the Empire could do and was willing to do. And the entire reaction to that was, well, fuck this. We can't let him get away with that. It didn't inspire fear, it inspired rebellion. That's exactly what Galcian has done with the Reigns of Destruction. Let's take him on. Admirals are all gone, Galcian. You've got nobody with the kind of strategic mind to stand up against the Delphinus. Two things in episode 4 directly contributed to the fall of the Empire. The use of the Death Star to destroy Alderaan, and the destruction of the Death Star. It inspired rebellion against the Empire in far greater numbers than it had previously. With Alderaan being a known peaceful world, if the Empire would just destroy a world like that, what wouldn't they destroy? And then the destruction of Death Star proved that the Empire was not invulnerable. We've got one half of that here with the Reigns of Destruction. Destroy the Hydra will prove, no matter what Galcian has at his disposal, he's not invincible. With that, everybody, let's lock S-Falls in attack position. Well, Cushing's a great choice for Nathan. That was a fantastic actor. He could do villainous and scheming and cunning. He could also do excellent characters who weren't evil. His turn as Van Helsing was really good in the Hammer horror movies. Cushing was just one of those fantastic actors. This one looks a little different. Oh, well, we're not going past you, we're going through you. Let's see what this one's made of. Damage than the previous one could do, but still nothing to brag about. How hard can it take the punishment, though? There you go, that's more like it. Better, but not overly impressive. Holding up. Over yet. Yeah. Heavily reduced damage. Yeah, when I first watched Rogue One, the CG was very impressive, and the impersonator does a very good job. Voice-wise anyway. But the skin is off. It's weird they do so many close shots. Of course it was a trick. Prepare the Moonstone Cannon. Take him down. It's weird they did as many close-up shots as they did, considering. But then it was also weird that despite how good the CG looked the first time you see it, that the CG on Carrie Fisher, young Carrie Fisher's face at the end, was so off. But there's also the case of, because whoever is doing the actual physical performance of Tarkin knows the face is going to be replaced, he moves around a lot more than he really should. There's a lot more movement to the character than there really should be. Very small movement. He's moving around a lot more than Peter Cushing did for the role. Get out of the way. How many more are we gonna have to burn through? We're finally going to engage Galcian in ship-to-ship combat. No. So what about the serpent? Here we go. I don't think we're going to beat this thing through sheer firepower. We're going to have to match his strategies. Let's see how this goes. Smart. We could have pulled off the Moonstone Cannon there if we had enough SP, but he's blocking. So it wouldn't have done as much damage as it could have. Would have been a wasted maneuver if we'd had the SP for it. That's a lot of health. That's the damage it does when we're blocking. This could be nasty. He catches us with our pants down even once, this could all be over. See how this goes. That much health and defense it's got, the Moonstone Cannon is going to be our best method of this. That looked like full damage. It's just got so much health. It's going to get worse before it gets better. This battle could actually be the finale of tonight's stream. Better or worse? What's your big attack, Galcian? Heavy cannons. Doesn't look like he's got anything as worrying It's his own moonstone cannon. Besides that thing, the kind of power it could potentially output would be devastating. Let's go up. Dangerous. More defense there. Gonna take a few knocks, but we're gonna hit him back just as hard. There it is. Get the firepower we're after. Oh. That's problematic. Yeah. I will say though, it was a weird choice to have Tarkin appear in Rogue One. Like especially in as much of a capacity as he did, it feels more like they were showing off their CG technology than anything. What's going on with this? This is going to be nasty. You're going to be pulling that thing off every turn.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
Well, I think with the... If Peter Cushing was still alive, if Rogue One had been made around the same time, it would have made sense to have Tarkin in the movie. I feel like having Tarkin in the movie as much as it was more a case of them showing off, yeah, no, we bought ILM. Check out our cool special effects now. I do think Tarkin, given the nature of the role, would have been better served as a cameo in like a hologram transmission, which would have helped to disguise the fact that it's CGI. Moonstone cannon, alright. That's what I was afraid of. You don't defend against that, that's going to be a problem. think like the role itself was probably more arrogance than anything. I think fans would have been more understanding given the fact that Peter Cushing's dead. It's a nice nod, but it accepts the reality that we can't really have such an expanded role. I think we end up with the issue of give it another few years. The CG already stands out as pretty conspicuous. Give it another few years, and to really stand up, they're gonna have to touch it up again in another re-release as we go. We attack the upper part, will be out of range of the cannon.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
In general, it's just one of the problems that you kind of have to deal with. You blocked that, didn't you, you son of a bitch? Yeah, I did. Damn it. Yeah, it's just... It was indulgence and arrogance. And it's aged incredibly well. It's aged incredibly fast, is what I meant to say. I think a smarter idea well, the Data's face looked odd in all of the movies, I'd say. Like the minute they got it off TV and put it on a bigger screen, Data's face looked odd. It's just something you have to accept with him being an android. I think the better idea, rather than strictly CG, I think the better idea would have been to bring Wayne Pygram back to play the body, have his lines overdubbed by the impersonator, have makeup effects done for the face, and then touch that up with CG. And then bam, you have a way less conspicuous looking target. The whole thing of de-aging actors for large portions or entire portions of movies is really weird. Need to heal yet. Get in there. And let's be fair, Jeff Bridges in... I assume you're talking... Tron... What was the movie? Tron Legacy? Tron Evolution was the game. Well, I think by the time Disney bought Star Wars and were doing more with it, he was already, a little too old to play young Tarkin. John Legacy's the movie, yeah. Yeah, Clue always looked weird to me in that, but then, from what I've heard, Clue looked weird to everybody in that movie. And then it's only using Sacras and not Sacralin. Yeah, you said episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Alright, let's do this. Finish this off. Yeah, you said episode 3.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
I'm gonna say, but after episode 3, Lucas was done for at least an extended period of making more movies. By the time Disney was coming around to try and bank on nostalgia, I think Wayne Parker was a little too old to play young Tarkin. I mean, we've got the thing with the Kenobi series. At this point, it's close. It's been long enough since episode 3. It's been 17 years since episode 3. Has it? 17? No, it's been 15 years. Bear in mind, the time span between episodes 3 and 4 is 19 years. But then Ewan McGregor has also aged very well. So, there's that. They could set the Kenobi series could be set like 2 years after Kenobi lands on Tatooine. It's just aged that well. We end this next turn. I think it brings up a point though. I mean, let me look into this. What's the date? 2009 X-Men Origins Wolverine came out. And you remember the Patrick Stewart cameo at the end that was de-aged and it looked horrible? Here we are, like Tron Legacy happened not that long afterwards. Less than 5 years, I think, afterwards. And they were confident enough in the de-aging technology to have the main villain be de-aged. It ends now.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
Well, that's the thing I've said with the final season of Clone Wars coming out. It means nothing because all the lingering plot threads have been resolved elsewhere in canon material. But then you end up with a problem of something that was pointed out to me recently. even though Disney's canon has existed for less than 10 years, there are multiple explanations for singular events. There are multiple canon events and ways stuff played out for single events. Like what happened to Luke's lightsaber after Episode 5. There are 2 separate canon explanations for it. So then it wouldn't surprise me if the final season of Clone Wars turns around and disregards the Son of Dathomir comic and the Asajj Ventress novel. It wouldn't surprise me if they do that. Alright, we're boarding. Well, you say that after a number of years. The Patrick Stewart thing looked dated at the time. Well, it didn't look dated, it looked awful at the time. Tron Legacy looked bad at the time. Go. Okay, cool shot, reminiscent of the opening. How do we get out of here? Did anybody land the lifeboat? Enrique, how did you get here? Save it. This is it, people, the penultimate dungeon. Yeah, it creates a problem with Disney's canon of them completely ignoring stuff they've already established. Which is pretty bad when their canon has been around for less than 10 years. That reminds me, let me equip this new stuff on the Elphinus. Oh wow. It's harder, is more accurate, and costs half the SP. What about the cannon? Again, hits harder, is more accurate, costs less MP. It's less accurate, but it's more powerful and costs less SP. Let's do that. Oh well, I got an X cannon, which I just took both my X cannons off. All yellows. Which means silver. Well, there's the thing. I think a lot of the CG effects in Terminator 2 hold up really well, because they're very simple effects that work. Like the T-1000 in its fully metal form, without a disguise, looks great because it's what it's meant to look like. I didn't do enough damage for what it cost. Well, it's also definitely a case of practical effects combined with CG works better and ages better. Considered like one of the best examples, there are two fantastic examples of that: Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park. End this. And Jurassic Park looks fantastic. There's one shot in Jurassic Park that I think has aged, and that is the T-Rex in the Welcome Center when the banner falls down. It looks weird. And that's it. The rest of the movie has aged amazingly. But then it's also possibly an idea of that's what the dinosaurs are supposed to look like. CGI is most conspicuous when it is up against something real. Consider probably the best CG of the prequels is the opening shot of Episode 3. The lighting looks fantastic, everything looks fantastic because it is not backed against the real thing. Hey Star, just in time to watch us raid the penultimate dungeon. Oh, these cannons are huge. And it's really a case of that. The CG models in Jurassic Park, ooh, the Executioner. Hydra Elite, you say. But what are they? Yellow, yeah, okay.
Here goes.
Like, when the Velociraptors are interacting with the environment in Jurassic Park, it's the physical models. When they're moving like crazy, it's the CG. It works better for that. Yeah, but you end up with problems like that in almost all practical effects. The little oversights that... I mean, these guys are blue. Nice, one's yellow, this one's blue. Silver will work. You end up with the potential of that problem in all practical effects, where you see the strings being pulled. Doesn't make the effect itself any less impressive.
That was fun.
There are other examples of that that I always notice, and the minute you notice them, you can't unnotice them. The car was CGI, pretty much because there was no other way to do that. Oh, you could have had a practical car and CG'd the T-Rex in, but it would have looked off. But you see, the fact that you're asking a question like that, Star, tells you just how good the CG was in that movie. Oh no, I'm silenced, whatever will I do as I beat you to death with my sword. Oh, that could be nasty, actually. It was. And like I say, the entire thing has held up so well because of the practical melding with CGI. Like I say, I think Terminator 2 CG does hold up as well. Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park are the two best examples of well-aging CG because the CG was used in smart ways in conjunction with the practical effects. What scenes are they, Star? What scenes do you have in mind? Not accusatory, which is probably how it sounds because of the way I speak. More curious. You know, I'm thinking about it, and I think it does hold up. But I should rewatch the scene to compare. But then I think the T-1000 in its liquid metal form works. Mostly because there's not really anything to compare it to visually in the movie, and that's what it's supposed to look like. Like I said, I'd have to rewatch the scene to really give you a proper opinion on it. It's a shame Terminator 2 isn't on Netflix. The first one is, and Genesis is. The scene where he's going through the helicopter window probably has the advantage of it being darker as well. I think the best thing about the King Kong 2005 movie is King Kong himself, but that's just because Andy Serkis plays motion capture so well. The weirdest thing about the Jurassic Park book to the movie is that they really demanded Michael Crichton write a sequel so they could make a movie out of it, and then the movie is nothing like the book. Well, that's the thing, the Lost World book is nothing like the movie. They demanded a sequel book so they could make a sequel movie, and then they took absolutely no influence from it. Oh, I've gone the complete wrong way. And by that I mean I've gone the right way, which I didn't want to do so fast. But one little bit that I really like of the helicopter chase in Terminator 2 that is very easily overlooked is the fact that the T-1000 has 3 arms. Yeah, Jurassic Park is based on a book. Like Bane said, written by Michael Crichton. You sure it's 4? Because he's reloading with 2 hands, and then he has 1 hand piloting the helicopter, so where's the 4th? Huh, I'll have to look into that. You know what, let me do this now while nothing's really going on.
Gotcha.
Looking at a picture that says he's got 4 arms, it's from the side. You can see he's got 2 arms on the left side, but you also can't see any other arms in that picture from what I can tell. Terminator 2 is such a good movie. But yeah, the Jurassic Park sequel book it really is the weirdest part about it, that Universal pushed for a sequel to the book so they could make a movie of the sequel so they could have another Jurassic Park movie, and then basically ignored the book. Yeah, they've got the original Terminator on Netflix, which never seen the original Terminator, you really should. And they've got Terminator Genesis, but not Terminator 2. Now, let me get on the Twitch and check this out then, Star.
Gotcha.
Okay, bam. Bugger off, Indigo. Wow, that fourth arm is really hard to see. It's a fair point, though. Good catch, Star. Let me set this back up. There we go. Oh, I don't even need Brain of Swords. Cutlass Fury. Fully heal everybody. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of Jurassic Park anyway.
That was easy.
But Jurassic Park 3. The tanker chase at the end of Terminator 2 is fantastic, but then so much of Terminator 2 is fantastic. Dead end. Wonderful. Yeah, Terminator 2. Hey. Such a good example of cinema.
Over there.
Well, I don't think Robert Patrick gets enough credit for everything he did in that role. That was Robert Patrick's first major role. Before that, he was in Die Hard 2, but he's a background character in Die Hard 2. He's just a random mook. He's in one gunfight, and that's kind of it. And James Cameron is like, yeah, I saw Robert Patrick in Die Hard 2 and was like, we need this guy for Terminator. It's like, seriously? How did you pick such a good actor out of Die Hard 2? Not that Die Hard 2 is bad, but like, how did you pick an actor so right for this role from his role in Die Hard 2?
I wish they were all that easy.
Alright, let's get back to the top. Yeah, there's so many little details in Robert Patrick's performance. No, I like Die Hard 2. I like the Die Hard trilogy. They're all good movies. Die Hard 2's the weakest, but it's still a really enjoyable movie. My point more than anything is, like, Robert Patrick's role in that movie is so small. And James Cameron's like, yeah, no, I saw Robert Patrick in Die Hard 2 and was like, let's get this guy for the new Terminator. It's like, how did you do that? I think it's really kind of a shame that Robert Patrick didn't become bigger after his role in Terminator 2.
Yeah. Over there.
But it's one of those things that really just kind of leads to Because he didn't become like really big afterwards, it's great to see the roles he did do because he does those roles really well. Let's not forget he was in The Faculty. Let's not forget The Faculty exists. Let's not forget Famke Janssen was in The Faculty. Let's not forget Famke Janssen. Let's never forget Famke Janssen. Oh wow, they are not taking much damage there. Because they're blocking, damn it. I wonder, is The Faculty on Netflix? Tries again. I've not seen the newest Terminator movie. I do intend to see it at some point. But I wasn't going to watch that at cinema. Jon Stewart is in The Faculty? Alright, thanks for joining us, Clem. Good luck with trivia or bowling, whichever one it is you have tonight. Yeah, Selma Hayek played the nurse. Yeah, good luck with whatever you're doing with life tonight, Clem, as you have lives while the rest of us sit here playing video games. Catch you next time, buddy. Take care. I don't even know where I am. That's a dead end. Yeah, there's a bunch of people in The Faculty that you'd recognise. Selma Hayek, Robert Patrick, Famke Janssen. Elijah Wood's the main character. I like there's more and I can't remember them. Yeah, Elijah Wood. Yes, I did. Said it before you said it. Usher? Usher's in, are you saying Usher is in The Faculty? Elijah Wood's another guy who's, another actor who's aged really well. Nice blocking that. While this battle happens, let me look into this. Oh my god, you're right, Usher is in The Faculty, what the hell? Alright, here we go. Jordana Brewster's in it. She later went on to be in the Fast and Furious movies. Josh Hartnett is in it. Jon Stewart is in it, yeah. Who said that earlier? Star said Jon Stewart, yeah. Babe Newirth is in it. Danny Masterson, who played Hyde in that 70s show, and I think is alleged bad stuff recently. John Abrams. It's weird how many recognisable people are in that.
Gotcha.
Anybody ever played Obscure for the PS2? It's basically a the faculty as a game. Yeah, I think it's more, it's less that we all said we haven't seen it and moved on, more that we just went straight back to the faculty. I mean, I'm gonna watch the new Terminator at some point when it comes out on Netflix, maybe, I don't know. I'll see it at some point, but
I wish they were all that easy.
I'm not overly interested. I was interested in Terminator Genesis, and I don't regret seeing Terminator Genesis in cinema. I enjoyed Genesis. I think the biggest shame of Genesis is that it wasn't made 20 years ago. I think the funny thing with the Terminator franchise at this point is there's like 3 different movies trying to be Terminator 3. And the sad thing is, as actual movies, the first one is the best. Like, the original Terminator 3 is probably the best of them. No, I'm gonna get around to Dark Fate. If for nothing else, the fact that Linda Hamilton's in it. Well, that's the thing, there is no correct Terminator timeline at this point. Dark Fate comes along and says Salvation and Rise of the Machines never happened. You see, there's the thing, I don't necessarily think that Rise of the Machines or Genesis really do shit on Terminator 2's legacy. I mean, if Terminator 2 had ended the way it was originally supposed to, yes. But the ending we actually got, the somewhat ambiguous one, leaves it open. And Terminator 3, I feel, while it doesn't really do anything new, its ending is ballsy and doesn't shit on the way Terminator 2 ended all that much. Genesis of the Machines, Dark Rising Fate. I mean, I think Terminator 3 is a fine movie. It's not as good as the first two, of course it isn't. But then, I think its ending is really good. On top of that. Genesis, I think, is an interesting idea, whose biggest problem is the fact that they've gotten actors to replace Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn who aren't as good as Linda Hamilton and Michael Biehn. That's the biggest problem with it. I mean, the writing isn't great anyway, but it has an interesting idea. And if they'd made that movie with the original actors, I think it could have been really good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the acid rain, the acid fountain room was an interesting take on how to deal with the T-1000, especially if you're prepared for it. I think the entire opening premise of Genesis, of going back to the original movie and saying, like, no,
that was easy.
We've done this before, the machines are trying to subvert the way we remember it. I think that's a really interesting concept. The problem after that is the second half of the movie is not anywhere near as interesting. I'm not overly against the idea that Judgment Day was inevitable, and I think the way Terminator 3 handled it was pretty decent.
Gotcha.
Really hoping for a counter attack. You know, I want to pick up that new Terminator game, Terminator Resistance. Has anyone looked into Terminator Resistance? Ooh. I didn't equip that. Oh, this was, nothing. Alright. Yeah, Terminator Genesis banked way too heavily on the idea of it was going to be followed up on. Matt Smith was there, promoted as a major character, and then didn't really do anything because he was a sequel villain. He was a villain for the sequel. Well, that's the point. Terminator 2 ended fantastically. Terminator 2 did basically everything fantastically. But I don't think... Like, going back to your original point, Bane, I don't think... I don't even remember which one is it. No, it's this one. I don't think Terminator 3 or Genesis shit on the legacy of 2. I can't say about Terminator Dark Fate because I haven't seen it.
Over there.
Yeah, some stories do need to end. Yeah, Salvation was set out to be a trilogy, so is Genesis. Genesis is more obvious with it than Salvation. But then, Salvation's biggest problem, I thought, more than anything, was the way the war had been portrayed in Terminator and Terminator 2 was as this desperate fight that the humans seemed like incredibly outmatched to win. Salvation, giving us a full movie of that fight, could never do it justice and didn't, and made it into a very generic war where the machines were basically just another enemy. I don't think Salvation needs a central villain enemy beyond the concept of Skynet. The problem is it feels like a movie that needs it, when it shouldn't feel like a movie that needs it.
That was easy.
I think with better writing behind it, it could have worked better. Alternatively, if you do need a central villain character, if they had introduced the Infiltrator Terminator earlier. But like, without a central villain character, it could have been a piece of surprising action cinema, in which the concept is the villain, and it works around that. So the movie clearly has no idea how to do that, which is why Helena Bonham Carter is the face of the villain. Because they needed Skynet to have a face. Because they don't know how to write the idea of just the machines. Genesis has the same problem in itself, but it's way less pronounced. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's way less pronounced. The idea that Skynet is basically Matt Smith. But it's less pronounced because he's not the main villain of that movie. There we go. Yeah, has anybody looked into Terminator Resistance? The game that came out late last year? It was announced like a month before it came out and then came out. Oh, damn it. I'm gonna do Cutlass Fury and the one that's almost dead. The weirdest thing about Matt Smith's character in Terminator Genesis is how he was part of the promotional materials. He's a character that appears very quickly, disappears, and that's it. But he was heavily advertised as part of the promotional materials, just like Emilia Clarke, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jai Courtney were. Terminator Resistance seems to be a very interesting case of the critics seem to hate it. Let me try and get a consensus on this. Metacritic. Okay, Terminator Resistance for PS4 has a 47 on Metacritic from reviewers. It has no positive reviews, 16 mixed, 12 negative. It has a 7 on user scores, with 56 ratings. I watched the full review of this game from somebody who I trust way more than any of these reviewers. Like, let's see. Let's take a look at all 29 critic reviews, because we're basically done here tonight anyway. Who the hell is Game Green? Sixth Axis gave it a 40, Destructoid gave it a 40, IGN gave it a 40, but you know, we've stopped listening to IGN since they gave God Hand a 3. Like, looking into it from what I would consider a more reputable source than reviewers, it looks like a way more interesting game than it has any right to be, with interesting mechanics that are executed very well. Is a very good send-up to the Terminator franchise, and considering the budget it had, a surprisingly good game. Like a 7 out of 10. I want to pick it up. How much is it going for at the minute? If it was going cheap enough, I might pick it up. Yeah, maybe. Maybe look into that for future streams. But while we were talking about Terminator, I wanted to mention it as a case of, like, if you're interested in Terminator, give it a look. And ignore the critic reviews. Like, I'm not saying go out and buy it. Look into it for yourself. Maybe check out what people are saying about it rather than reviewers. Because as we all know, reviewers are not people. But with that, we're going to call an end to the stream. We've gone a little bit long to get to this save point. Is this going to lead us to the boss fight? I don't know what that is. The boss fight might be near here. Might be through there. I don't know. Chances are the Thursday stream is going to be the Skies of Arcadia finale. And it might run long because of that. We've got this dungeon, the boss fight. I think we go into the final dungeon. I don't think there's another ship battle before that. It's the final dungeon, boss fight, ship battle, final boss. But it should be more focused with less messing around because of that. So Thursday may be the Skies of Arcadia finale, which will mean 13 sessions, which makes it our longest stream, our longest game so far. And yet, despite it being longer than Dark Souls 2 was, I've enjoyed this way more, and at no point have I been like, God, will this just end? Oh, what a good game this is. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Special thanks to Bane, Star, Professor, Klim. Isabel joined us. There was that little pop-in from Chrono Monarch. Yeah, that's everybody. Thank you all for joining the chat. I always appreciate it. Keeps the stream alive. Especially when we end up with interesting discussions like the Terminator discussion, which we all have an opinion on. We're back Thursday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time, GMT, with the conclusion of Skies of Arcadia Legends. We're going to see the end of this magnificent game. And then on Sunday we'll be back with Final Fantasy VIII, which is fine, but let's be fair, it's no Skies of Arcadia. Meh. Yeah. Such a good game. Ambient light effects. That's kind of neat. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and hopefully I'll catch you on Thursday for the finale of Skies of Arcadia Legends. Yay! Bye bye.